Hello, welcome to Snooker Pro Tips. I've received now a lot of messages from a lot of you out there, there's too many of you to name, regarding break building. So here we go. I'm going to now do a clip on break building, but break building for the players who are around the 20 break mark. And what I'm going to do is do 2 or 3 clips regarding break building. So I'm going to start with the 20s, go to the 30s, then go to the 40s, and then go to a 50 break, or attempt to try and describe a 50 break. And also what somebody else has asked for is the approach, which is a very good question. Break building actually is something you sort of gain the more you play, because obviously you become more comfortable scoring a certain amount of points. Obviously if your ice break is 16, then you get used to making breaks around 12, 13. So you become accustomed to making this type of score. Obviously the higher up you get, you'll get a little bit nervous because you're close to beating your ice break, and then you probably start going about things in different ways, trying to be more careful and things like that. I have put a clip on there regarding how to do the lineup correctly. Now, what a lot of players will say is, well, the balls will never end up in a straight line. That's true, but what you will get is the same shots over and over again. So what I have sort of stressed to a lot of you who wrote in and sent personal messages is to make sure that you've got all the shots. So all the shots are top, stun and screw, because you will need them when you're making breaks. Now if it is you don't have one of these shots, then practice it. Make sure you've got it, so it gives you the best chance to make a break. Now, I will take on board what you're saying about the balls not being in a straight line. So although I've got them in a straight line here, what I'm going to do now is move them. So they're in no particular order, and there they are. And what I'm going to try and do now is just to take off, say, 3 reds, 3 colours, so we make a 20 break. And if possible, I will take off the other red, so we make 20. So now what we've got is here, we've just got 4 balls just scattered between the pink and the black. So the first thing I'm going to do is just put the white and just take a red out. Now if you've seen a clip that I've done on shot visualization, all these things now are coming together. What I've actually done on Snooker Pro Tips, and which you probably haven't realised, is that there are loads of clips on there now, but they all go together to make a practice routine, believe it or not. So the screw shot is a routine, the stun is a routine, the follow through is a routine, and they're all in there, and they go to making a practice routine. So the shot visualization one is in there as well. That's also part of this exercise of putting a break together. So the first thing I'm going to do now is ask you a question, is how many points do you actually see now if you personally were in this situation? Now if you've answered 20 to 30, you're wrong. The only thing you're concentrating on is red to black. So what we're going to do now is just make it into little breaks that we're actually going to make. So the first thing we're going to do is score 8 points. I'm sure most of you out there now have made an 8 break at some point. So that's all we're going to do now. We're going to make an 8 break. The important thing also now is the positioning of the cue ball. So we don't want the cue ball finishing all the way over here. So anywhere between straight and just slightly off is going to be perfect. So what we're actually doing with the cue ball is playing for a great big area here with the cue ball. And remember now, we're only going to make an 8 break. So you can see that now, I've just run it through nicely. I finished nice and straight on the black. So now, because it's straight, the only thing I can possibly do with it is to screw it back. If I run it through, I'm going to end up in the corner pocket there, and if I stun it, the white is going to stop right there. So the only thing I can do actually now is screw it back. So in looking at the screw shot now, if the white comes here, I've got this red, but I've also got this red here. So what I'm looking to do now is to screw the black into there, bounce it off the side rail and bring it out. If I finish on this one, it's fine. If I just get into the white a little bit too much and I finish here, it's fine because I'm on that one. Now at no time when you're sort of doing this, do you want to be playing with any side? Because you're absolutely basic beginners, you won't be making sure you're playing down the centre line of the white. Try and avoid side where you can and just concentrate on potting the balls in front of you. You don't need as much side on the white ball as you think you do. So just keeping it nice and simple, get the centre line of the white, pot the black and just screw the white out. See there now, I'm going to do it quite nicely and just nicely again on the straight red. So I've made my 8 break. So now we forget the 8 points we've just scored. So now if we look at it sensibly, we're just going to make another 8 break. And it's right here, right in front of me. So the first red's nice and straight. So we're going to stun the red in. And we stun the red in and we stop the white dead. There. And now we're nicely on a half ball black. And again, if you remember what I said at the start of the clip, if you've played all your shots and you know how to play them, then you need every single shot. So now what we've got now is just a nice stun shot, not too hard, because we just want the white just to bounce off nicely and come into this area here. And now the reason we want to be in this area here in break building is because we'd be on this red and this red. So the white now isn't going to throw out, we're just going to play just a nice gentle stun shot and just bounce the white off the back cushion and up into that area. And you can see now I've got the white in a position where I'm on both reds. Now probably at some point you've finished in this position and you're on this red or you're on that red. The problem now with taking this red is the pink doesn't actually go into this corner. So that means now that I've got to play this red. And at some point you will be thinking now, oh, you've got to put side on it to try and hold the white ball or screw it in. The simple fact of it is this is just a gentle run through, so as the white comes off the side rail and comes into this area here. So what I've done there, which we've already discussed now, we scored 8 points. We forgot those 8 points, we scored another 8 points. We forgot those 8 points. So now all we're looking to is another colour, another red, another colour. And as I've just said, doesn't need any side, just plain ball striking. So I'm just hitting this just above centre, just a gentle roll into the corner. And you see now, nicely on the pink. Just a little bit hard for the pink. So it's just a little bit of a poor positional shot there. But again, all it is a half ball pink to the corner pocket. And I'm just going to stun it in and just bring the white round off 2 cushions and up for the black. That's the way I'm thinking. So I'll visualise the shot. If you remember the shot visualisation, I've decided what shot I'm going to play, which is a stun shot. So now all I've got to do is to play the shot. You see there, I've stunned it in nicely, bringing the white round, and now nicely on the red. And for those of you now who've been keeping count, that's 2 breaks of 8, 1 break of 7, 23 points. So now you can see there, just put a little break together and made 23 points. And as I said at the start of the clip, just pop the final red for 24, and I'd be on the blue nicely, which I'll pop for 29. So there, you can see now, we've made a 20 break. And that's roughly how to go about making a 20 break. So it's a screw shot on the blue, so now I'll for the yellow, nicely on the yellow. And again, if you've seen another clip that I've done on YouTube regarding the colours clearance, if it is you've practiced your colours clearance and you start to get very good at it, you've got all the colours on the spots. So if you've practiced it enough, you should be comfortable with taking the colours off the spots. 29 plus 27 would be 56, obviously. And what you can see there throughout that break is I've played all the shots. So I've played a run-through shot, I've played a stun shot, and I've played a screw shot. And that is basic break building. It's having control of the white and just moving the white around nicely. Not as easy as I've made it look. That there takes a lot of practice.